All right, so this is my mentor, Nick. He's the curator over at the museum that I am at. So, Nick, what made you want to become a paleontologist?
Jurassic Park. Um, I saw Jurassic Park when it came out in 1993. I was 6, um, and I just immediately fell in love with the dinosaurs and paleontology as a science. Um, a lot of people. There are a lot of people younger paleontologists, who cite that as being the reason for wanting to become a paleontologist. Um, and really, for me, it wasn't even the whole movie itself. It was the first little clip right at the beginning of the movie where they're in the desert. Dr. Grant is in the desert, and they're digging up velociraptors, and he's explained, even though velociraptors don't come from the United States. Um, and they're excavating these raptors, and they're looking at them on the screen and in the ground, and discussing the anatomy and talking about their, how they hunted and how they used their claws and stuff. That's what really grabbed me, is that being able to explain and talk about these animals that lived millions of years ago, and showing, like, hey, we can get all of this from looking at some bones. That's what really grabbed me. So, in a nutshell, Jurassic Park, but that specifically. And now I study what Dr. Grant studies. So, when I was 6, I wanted to be Dr. Grant, and now that I'm older, and I'm Dr. Grant. So.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually one of the same things that made me want to become paleo. That way makes me want to study this. So, what would be your advice on what's the word I'm looking for? Great, I already forgot my question. We'll improvise. Keep it going. Keep it going. So
Someone who wants to become a paleontologist.
yeah, what would they go about doing that?
Most paleontologists, there are very few schools where you can go to school to become a paleontologist. Most paleontologists are biologists or geologists, or a combination of the two. Most paleontologists end up teaching biology or teaching anatomy or working at a medical school. Most of us don't actually get to become museum curators or work specifically with dinosaurs all the time. So I'm very fortunate that that's something that I get to do. But it would be, if you're interested in becoming a paleontologist or looking more into paleontology, check out geology courses, biology courses, learn about anatomy. That's about it. Most colleges, their paleontology departments are subsets of their geology departments, because it does have to do a lot with the rocks. But there are people on both sides of the fence, both on the biology and geology sides. So it's pick one of those and run with it.
All right. Well, thanks again, Nick, for doing this with me, and I hope to continue working with you.
Absolutely.
All right.